Hi everyone, we're going to reduce each rational expression to its lowest term, and that involves a lot of factoring. If you feel like you're having a problem with just a particular one, these are the order I'm going to do these 4 problems in. So the first one is this one, so I'm going to factor this, the top, let me do that in red, x, and 4 times 7 is 28. The 7 must be positive because we need a positive 3. Now in the denominator, to me these are a little harder to factor, so what I do is I rewrite them. And when you rewrite them, write whatever's in front of it. So for example, I'm going to write the negative x squared first. There's a negative in front. Then minus 2x because there's a negative in front. And this is positive, so this would be positive 24. Then furthermore, I'm going to pull out the negative. So I'm going to factor out a negative 1. I'm not going to put the 1, I'm just going to factor out a negative. So that's x squared, and just this will be 2x, and this would be minus 24. So that makes this part a lot easier to factor. Again, if you distribute that negative back, you will get this. So anyway, so we still have our numerator. And now let's work on the denominator. X. With 24, it's going to be 6 and 4 because 6 minus 4 is 2. So our 6 has to be positive, and our 4 has to be negative. So what happens is these two cancel. So our final answer is x plus 7 over x plus 6. All right. Oh, and we have the negative, so this actually is negative. I knew I was leaving out something. Remember, there was a negative down here. All right. You can put the negative anywhere at the end. It's probably best to put it in front here, but sometimes it just shows up there. So there you go. Okay, the next one is here. This follows the difference of squares formula. So this has the format of a squared minus b squared, which equals a minus b times a plus b. So you just square root it, and square root of 5 is 5, minus square root of x is x, and then you have 5 plus x. All right, the denominator. This is just going to be x plus 5 and x plus 5. No, they're both minus, sorry. X minus 5 times x minus 5. All right, so when you see something like, and I did a video on this, it's in this playlist. When you see something like this, that equals negative 1. Because what you can do is take each piece and multiply it by negative 1. So take the numerator and multiply, because negative 1 over negative 1 equals 1. So if you distribute this negative here, you get negative 5 plus x. And if I rewrite that, that would be x minus 5. So basically, this part equals x minus 5. So you have x minus 5 over negative 1 times x minus 5. So bottom line is, anytime you see this flip-flop with the negative, with the minus in between, you can just cross those out and call this negative 1. So our answer is negative, and you can just do this together, 5 plus x over x minus 5. All right, the next one is here. First thing I want to do is do the greatest common factor, and I want to factor out of 3 here and get x squared plus x minus 12. And in the denominator, I'm going to factor out a 6, and I get x squared plus 5x plus 4. All right. So this right here is just going to be 1/2. So I'm just going to put 1 over 2. And now factor that numerator. And so it's going to be x plus 4, x minus 3. And in the denominator, we're going to get x plus 4 and x plus 1. These two cancel. So my answer is going to be x minus 3 over 2 times x plus 1. And if you want to simplify that further, that would be x minus 3 over 2x plus 2. So either way, these are both equivalent. All right, the next one is here. This is a perfect square trinomial. So that's just going to be x plus 7 times x plus 7. In the denominator, I think I'm going to factor out a 2 first, because they're all divisible by 2. So factor that out and you get 5v squared plus 36v plus 7. So, since we're trying to reduce this, let's see. I have my 2 out here. Now I have to do this. I have a 5x and an x. And I know one has to be 7 and 1, because both of these, 5 and 7, are prime numbers. So I'm going to go ahead, since I know the assignment is to reduce, go ahead and try the plus 7 here. And if this was plus 7, this would have to be plus 1. And I'm going to check to see if I get a 36. This would be 35x, 5x times 7, plus 1. And that would be 36. So that works. So we cross that out, and we get x plus 7 over 2 times 5x plus 1. And if you want to distribute, you could also do that. This is nice this way. If you want to distribute, that would be x plus 7 over 10x plus 2. So either way. And that's it. Thank you and have a nice day. Bye-bye.